Hello everyone, I am Jason Holden Jones and this is the opening round of the 2018.2 South African simGP series at the Red Bull Ring, otherwise known as Spielberg. And we've just started qualifying, 15-minute session of course, and Gabriel So, the first man out of the pits, is about to start a flying lap. And great to see him racing at SimRace Africa once again after taking a break last season after winning the championship, the South African simGP championship the season before. And Gabriel So is back here at the Red Bull Ring, looking to take pole position if he can. And it was between him and his team at Bashir Jadwat for Squadra Ghostworks, who were swapping times along the hot lap qualifying session that we had running from Thursday until Sunday to determine which division each driver races in. And it was Bashir Jadwat who was fastest of all, and Gabriel So was just behind him with a fair margin back to third position. Let's see what Rousseau, the Squadra Ghostworks driver, can do in his first flyer. Put the power down nicely, now down the main straight we go. Let's see what time he comes up with. He'll be looking for a 12. It is a 1:13.3. Jadwat responds with 12:9.43. His teammate just behind him. So Squadra Ghostworks running together there and drawing first blood. Of course, the other cars have to come through in the first runs, of course. But Rian Lamprecht there third as well, and then we've got Devon Lisher in the shake and bake car. He's in fourth position, and then Chris Heineck in sixth. Himbry now up into third position for Phantom Ghostworks. So it's all Ghostworks affair at the front for the moment. Shake. See John McKay now up into 9th position. Janu Boyson, his teammate, in 10th for ZDF Racing, zooming extremely fast racing. This is Janu Boyson now in the Zef car. What a stunning livery it is. One of the many stunning liveries we have here for the 2018.2 season. And the cars absolute, they are like artworks driving on the circuit, so absolutely gorgeous. Look at this beautiful ZDF skin car. Janu Boyson, the designer of that skin, looking glorious. These are the Ghostworks cars, the RPM sim racing cars, the Yaba racing car as well, and many others as well. Let's see what Janu can do. See Jadwat still on pole position with the 29.943, 4 tenths up on teammate Rousseau. Claessen's right there too in third position for Synergy Spartan. And Claessen's looking very quick in the final practice session that we just concluded as well. He ran on top of that session for quite a long time. Big shout out to our YouTube live chat viewers. I'm looking forward to an exciting race, a proper Grand Prix race. I think we'll have this evening. 71 laps, wow, 90 minutes, and we've gone away from the double sprint race format of last season to one sort of longer endurance race, just like a Formula 1 Grand Prix is. And we should see a range of different strategies playing out throughout the race. We've got one of the Ghostworks cars trying to come through. Janu trying to get out the way there. It's a bit later, I think. See what Rousseau's doing. Claessen's third position, Synergy Spartan in the number 301 car. Yeah, absolutely, all the skins are top class. No, totally agree with that. Yeah, so the driver's having a tricky time with this car around the Red Bull Ring. A lot of spinning happening at turn 2, which could make for a very interesting race result later on. It's basically going to be he who spins the less the least will probably win this race. Let's see what happens. And, this, of course, the second Division 1 race of the season. We had the South African simGP4 racing last week, Monday and Wednesday evening. 46 car entry for the week, and absolutely fantastic racing in both races. Great to see a whole lot of new faces at Sim South Africa. The racecraft is there. And that was some very exciting racing. This is Rian Lamprecht, currently in third position. Lamprecht does not improve and actually bails out of that run. Heineken up into 5th position. For Phantom Ghost Works. And Claasen's now up into 2nd with a 13.628. So Claasen's looking somewhat of a dark horse here at the Red Bull Ring. And looking great is Quay Claasen's for Synergy Spartan. As I say that, Rousseau pops back into 2nd with a 13.3, 3/10 quicker than Claasen's. But Claasen splitting the Ghostworks party at the front for the moment. Let's see if he can spoil the party. Who knows? Quay Claasen's looking great, looking fine form as well. Also joining the RSA Protea Sim Sports team. And looking to join the Virtual Le Mans Series campaign. Whereas the Protea Sim Sports, of course, are a sim racing team that we take on these international racing events with. And Quay Claasen, as well as Christopher Langeveld, will be taking on the Sim Racing Club Academy from the 11th of August. And as I said, it has a spin, so there's the commentator's curse for you, of course. And Judd Watts out again. Let's kind of have a look at Judd Watts on an outlap, I think. Who else is on a flyer? Matthew Boy currently in 9th position. This, of course, is Claasen's teammates. And he is currently in 9th position, looking to improve, of course. 1.8 seconds off the pace for the moment is Matthew Boy. Of course, the Synergy Spartan car is enjoying a double victory, a double podium in the last round at Spa in the 2018.1 season, the simGP season. Claasen stays 9th for the moment. Back at the front, Judd Watts pulled out of a lap. Rousseau's on one. So I'm trying to see if I can find my delta time. I see it's disappeared off the screen for some reason. That's why I'm a bit confused as to why. There we go. Ah, now we've got our performance delta app running. Now we can see who's improving and who's not. Not sure what happened there. It disappeared for a while. So starts another fly. He's got traffic, unfortunately, in the former Devon Lisha in the shake and bake entry. On board with Rousseau, always pulled out of it. Just too much traffic, unfortunately. So you're going to slow down and look for a window. Claasen's is starting another flyer. Lamprecht is 4 seconds on his best lap time. Embry's leaving the pits. Oliphant now pops up into 6th position. So it's the first running we've seen for the secured RP Madcape entry. I'm not sure where Jason Absma is. He's meant to be joining Oliphant on track, but I don't see him join the server just yet. Perhaps we'll see him join just before the race starts, hopefully. Gerber now up into 13th with a good run of 14.9. And Oliphant pulled out of that, still in 6th position. Judd Watt on an outlap it seems. So is Rousseau. Claessens is 0.8 seconds down. He's down. Let's see what he can do through the last corner. Getting the power down now. Oh, he's gaining, but it won't be enough to improve. Lamprecht now, half a second down, and he's down. Here's the upside of it. A lot of traffic on the second at the moment, as you would imagine. It's the dying moments of the session. Lamprecht comes into the pits. Embry now. Let's have a look at Mark Embry. He is a 10th down his best lap time so far. He needs to find something to improve before the end of this run. That's a corner I was talking about earlier, that turn 2, I think that was. So everyone very cautious through there. Turn 3 is also tricky downhill right-hander. Careful not to ride the curb too much. Oh, I've heard that Absmai, Wesley Ferran confirming that Absmai is sick in bed. Unfortunately, will not be racing in this race. Oh, that's terrible news. Well, I hope you get better soon, Jason. Let's see you back racing as soon as possible. This was the team principal of the RPM Sim Racing team, the parent team to secured RPM AirCap, the kids app RPM Sim Racing team as well. I'm doing a lot of good work to get sim racing notice in this country. A lot of sponsorship on the RPM Sim Racing cars as well. Great to see the kids app secured as well, getting involved. Security company. And a couple of others as well. Oh, he's spinning by Mark Embry. That's the corner I'm talking about. Everyone's struggling with. But Judd Watt's looking good for pole position for the moment. He's got 6/10 on teammate Rousseau. So looking to be an all squadron goes to a start for the moment, unless Quake Claessens can come up with something special. Let's stay with Quake Claessens now. He should be able to get around before to start another lap. Let's see if he can make it. He should be able to make it. So Claessens will start his final run now. Let's see what he can come up with now. Let's go on board with Quake Claessens. 3 turn 1 we go. Get the power down nicely. And then we have a nice long run down the hill and then up again before turn 2. Turn 2 is a tricky one, of course. So let's see how Quake gets on here. Be very careful how we come off the brakes and then turn in. Here's the middle of the track. Nicely done, Quake on the power now. That was beautifully done. He's 2/10 up on his best ever so far. So challenging Rousseau for second now is Quake Claessens. So let's see what he can do through turn 3. On the power gain, and then we lost a bit, but a net gain there for Claessens, 10th and a half up. Oh, nice feathering the throttle there, trying to get the aero to work. And, now we've got the final two corners, very fast right-hander downhill. Oh, he's been on the track and more. Back on the power now. Oh, he's asking out of the car. Oh no, he's lost all his good work. That's Claessens. So he was having a go at Rousseau. Hasn't quite worked out. But a very impressive run so far. And I think that is the qualifying session done and dusted for round 1 at the Red Bull Ring here. So Judd Watt's got quite a margin there. 0.6 of a second. While the drivers get themselves ready mentally, we're going to have a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Red Bull Ring for round 2 of this round 1, I beg your pardon, of the 2018.2 South African simGP series. And we're about to start the formation lap here. 20 cars on the grid, I beg your pardon. We'll have another possibly 15, 16 cars in Division 2 on Wednesday evening. And if you're wanting to join that race, you're very welcome to do so. And you can find our website at simracesa.co.za and submit a sign-up form, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. There we go. Bashir Jadwat has started the formation lap, and he will keep the field together for an entire lap, where then they'll speed up to race pace from the last corner, the entry to the last corner. So Jadwat will be looking to time that just perfectly, just like he did last week in the GT4 race, to take victory, of course, at Imola. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. Great to have you in Division 2. There's space for more entries in the Division 2 race on Wednesday evening, of course. We see the drivers trying to warm up their tyres as much as they can, no doubt dragging the brakes as well. It does make a difference. Looks like it's be a clean pace lap for the moment. And Jadwat not allowed to exceed at 200 kilometers an hour on the pace lap. And anyway, we're approaching the start of the race now. Of course, we're running DRS rules for this for the very first time this in South Africa history. First race to run it. So let's see how we get on with that as well. But Jadwat has started the lap. Off he goes. Started the race, and teammate Research running with him. Of course, DRS is not allowed to be used until lap 3, so Jadwat's got a bit of time to extend his gap to over a second, where then the driver behind him cannot use DRS. We see Sainz put him even Olifant for 6th position, but Olifan's trying to come back at him. So into turn 2, Remus we go. And Stan has cemented that pass on Oliphant and got to 6th position. But Klaassen's now challenging Judd Watt for 2nd. Judd Watt's fallen back. Rousseau's gone to the front. And there's that Remus corner striking again. And Judd Watt's trying to come back at Klaassen's. So Klaassen's is really a cat amongst the pigeons. Yeah, there's contact. Around goes Klaassen's. That's disastrous. And Judd Watt's going to have to wait for him. He's going to have to wait for him. So it's compromised both of their races. Judd Watt's on the grass. So we can look forward to see him fighting his way back. And Judd Watt's joined in 16th position, 17th position in fact. And it is Gabriel Rousseau with a big lead, 3.5 seconds ahead of sister team. Oh, there's a bit of action in the background there. Who's off? I think Oliphant's involved. Yes, he is. Leslie Oliphant down to 20th and last. So some big names have fallen here already. Judd Watt and Oliphant. Of course, Oliphant, the defending champion from the 2018.1 simGP season. And it's an all Ghostworks affair here. 1st to 4th position. Got the Squadra Ghostworks car in the front of Rousseau. And Lamprecht as well. Hembry staying all part of the Ghostworks outfit. So they're looking good for the moment. Cab has got Pina for 7th position. And we see Jacobs under pressure from De Kock. And Oliphant's got Lindsay Ray ready for 18th position. So he's taken 2 positions, Boy and Lindsay Ray. McKay's got Boyson, those ZDF teammates swapping around. Hembry now under pressure from Marcus Stein. But all's not lost for Judd Watt and Oliphant. It's a long race. It's just over 90 minutes, 71 laps, and just lap 4 of 71. So all's not lost. Oh, and Hembry is bit cautious there. Lamprecht's going to come past him, I think. Is he? Oh, beg your pardon, Stein. Getting my Ghostworks cars mixed up here. Lisha there, a bit more aggressive than the 2 cars in front of him. He's right with him. He's brought Klaassen's with him. Klaassen's, of course, involved with that tangle up with Judd Watt on the opening lap. Oh, and Klaassen's, oh, he's very late on the brakes. Actually taps Hembry, but gets away with it. He's going board with Craig Klaassen's. Looking to go around the outside of Hembry. That's brave. He's got Demolition right behind him in the shake and bake car. So Demolition running with the big guns this evening. Oh, very liberal with the track limits there. I don't think he gained. He doesn't do that too often. But Hembry using the DRS. And so is Klaassen's. Under braking we go. And Klaassen's has got Hembry. Nice move. In fact, Hembry's had a spin, I think. Yes, he has. Hembry's out. Hembry's trying to rejoin safely. He does so. Lisha's also fallen right back. So that Remus corner really is making a big impact on this race. Everybody, not everybody, but a lot of drivers getting it wrong. We've got someone pointing in the wrong direction. That's Skalpina. Skalpina's had a pirouette there. Heineke's got Gerber. Gerber's trying to come back at him though. The ball's right out Gerber. And I think Heineke of the inside line for this corner. Yes, he does. Chris Heineke up to 6th position for Phantom Ghostworks. Gerber's got De Kock for RPM Sim Racing Team. No, in fact, it's the Kids App RPM car just behind him. And Kara Crawford as well in 9th position, De Kock's teammates. Gab's got DRS, and this is the difference it makes. Down the straight. And he's going to get him into turn 1. Nice move. Can Heineke come back and then let's go on board with Heineke? No, he can't, not for the moment. And Heineke does not have DRS this time. Lamprecht's gone to the front, so there's a change. I think Rousseau made a mistake in the last corner, so Rian Lamprecht looking good. Lamprecht, of course, taking a victory last season. And we're looking to repeat that this evening. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. I'm just trying to get used to all the sponsors coming in, so I'm trying to adapt my commentating for it as well. But of course, as we grow, that's what we want to see. So, Craig Classes now still in 3rd position, on track for a podium if he can keep this up, but I think he's got other plans. He wants to go after 2nd place man Gabriel Rousseau. And the Squadra goes for his car, of course, but it is Lamprecht leading by 1.5 seconds out of DRS range for Rousseau. Judd Watts got Crawford for 8th position, so Squadra passes the kids up there. And Gerber now having a go. It was a Gerber. No, Lisha, I beg your pardon. Lisha now. We've got a disconnect. Somebody's left the server. I'm not quite sure who that was. Demolition now in the Kid Zap RPM sandwich, as it were. I'm not sure how many times I can say that, but anyway. So Lisha now, of course, in 10th position, top 10 for him for the moment, so I think he'll be pretty ecstatic about that. Just have Stephen Sparks in the pits for an issue, I think. And to the pit stop, but Rousseau's coming back at Lamprecht. And of course, Quake Claassens in 3rd will want these two to fight amongst themselves, to slow themselves down so he can catch up. Let's see what happens as the race progresses. I wonder if it's Mark Embry or Stephen Sparks who left the server, because suddenly we're back up to 20 cars. Of course, there's plenty of strategy play to come yet. I think we're going to have more than one pit stop in this race. Perhaps 2 or 3 could be the winner. And Rousseau, quite a bit of damage to that front nose cone. Clearly showing signs of whatever happened to make him lose that lead. But Claessens is right there. He's got the gap to under 3 seconds. Staines not too far as well. Herbert too, having a good run so far. Pino now in 15th position. He's past Boyson. McKay, I think. Did McKay have a spin? Could be. For ZDF. Pino is going to pass Lindsay Ray for 14th position. Just like that. And Jacobs has got Boy. So Jacobs now mid to 11th for Smith Racing. And Judd Watts past Heineke. Sorry, I'm missing all the passes there, unfortunately. I'll try and get better at that as I watch the gaps a bit better. Devon Lishenau's going to run on Crawford. This is oh, and Crawford's made a mistake. Oh, both of the Kids Zap RPM cars have spun. De Kock and Crawford. Oh, Crawford's, yeah, sort of joining where the cars are leaving that corner, unfortunately. It caused a bit of chaos there for Boy, I think. And possibly Jacobs as well. The Boy had DRS there, he managed to pull away. Oh, there's a mistake. Who's running to the back of him? I think that's Jacobs. Not too bad. Boy's taking damage though. Gustav Jacobs now under pressure from Crawford and de Kock. Okay, want to know who's on what tire? We've got Lamprecht on the medium tire. Forgive my overlay mess here, but Lamprecht's on the medium tire. Claessen's in third. He's in the soft tire. Can't see what Rousseau's on. Staines on the medium. Gerber's on the soft. Jadwat's on the medium. Heineck on the medium. Yeah, so a bit of a mixed bag at the front for the moment, but our race leader Lamprecht's on the medium tire, and Claessen's is on the let's see, Rousseau's gone to the front now as well. Claessen's is suddenly challenging for the lead, so I'm not sure what happened to Lamprecht, but perhaps Rousseau and Lamprecht came together and Claessen's has gone to the front. Can you believe it for Synergy Spartan? What an upset. So lap 11 of 71. And Claessen's suddenly in the lead of this race. So let's see how he gets on now. But looking very consistent after that slight tangle with Jadwat on the opening lap. But obviously the damage to the car is not too bad. He's able to control it nicely. He's really opened up the lead to 1.2 seconds, so Rousseau will not have DRS down the main straight. Look at Crawford and Koch running together. Steven Sparks in the pits with an issue. So we're only on lap 12 of 71. So I think what thing on that? So we've got Lindsay Ray and McKay fighting over 15th position. And McKay's gone for the move. He's spun. Oh, he's made contact with Lindsay Ray as well. So McKay will recover down from 17th now. Let's go back to Jacobs. He's got Crawford and Boyer for company. De Kock's there as well. And this is the battle for 10th position. So of course we've got Claessen's on the soft tyre and we think Rousseau's on the medium. So that's going to come into play, of course. So Claessen's, we're looking to extend that lead as much as he can. Try and open up a pit stop gap back to Rousseau if he can before he needs to come in. But we don't know how long the softs are going to last or how long Claessen's can make them work. Let's see. So that all comes into play now with this longer race format. Crawford under pressure now from Boy. Here comes Boy with the move. Oh, he's locked up. Oh, he's starting to make contact with Crawford. Half spin there for Boy. He's going to recover. And unfortunately, Crawford loses out their 2 positions to Boy and his teammate de Kock. on board now with Matthew Boy in the Synergy Spartan number 300. He's having a go at Victor de Kock for 11th position. This is the closest battle on track for the moment. On the main straight we go. Matthew Boy will have DRS, so he should get to Kock before turn 1. Yes, easy as pie. And that's what DRS does for you. And the rules that we've implemented for this season seem to be working well. Oh, a mistake there for Boy. And I think de Kock's going to come past him. De Kock will have the... But no, I think Boy is easily ahead. I think running less downforce than that RPM car. Classes now, it's got that gap in front to... Oh, it's disappeared now. It'll pop up again now. I think it's 3 seconds or 4 seconds. 4 seconds, over 4 seconds to Rousseau. So Clarkson's having a great run. His strategy really working out nicely. Of course, those errors by Rousseau and Lamprecht did help him out. But anyways, he's up there and he's leading this race. Pinar's fallen back to 17th. Looks like a spin, lost 2 positions. Let's look at Stain and Gerber. Gerber's caught up to Stain pretty easily, and Gerber's going to run on Stain. Stain closes the door. That's naughty. But I think he recognized what he did there and sort of let Gerber through. But yeah, Stain struggling for pace. I think he's on that soft tire as well. Let's have a quick look and see what tire Gerber's on. He is on the soft tire as well. Stain's on the medium, so it's actually the other way around. I'm going to pull this across the screen. But our race leader, Quay Clarkson, are leading by almost 6 seconds ahead of Rousseau. Lamprecht 3 seconds behind Rousseau. And right, so let's have a look at Bashir Jadwad, who's gotten up into 7th after being knocked down to 14th. So a good recovery drive here by Bashir Jadwad. And Boy is catching up to Jacobs pretty fast as well. The battle for 10th position, warming up nicely for us. Boy, the move on Jacobs, I think he's got him already. Nice move there by Matthew Boy. So Synergy Spartan goes up a position now on Smith Racing. McKay in the pits now from 16th position. So he asked, what's the big deal about turn 2? So here, I think it's because it's sort of off camber and bumpy. And yeah, sort of upsetting the car midway through the corner. And sort of catching the drivers out, although I think a lot of drivers sort of got it down now for the moment. Let's see how we go later on. Crawford and Cox are in together in 12th and 13th position. But our rest of the Quake class is looking very comfortable for the moment, making that soft tyre work nicely. And actually coming up to some traffic. And of course the fact as well, we also, these cars run no ABS and no traction control as well with the 600 horsepower under your right foot. That's also pretty tricky out of especially a slow corner like that. And Boy has got Oliphant. Oh, Boy's at a spinning fact has dropped down to 11th position. So all is good work is sort of coming undone there, unfortunately. And he will now fall back to be behind Jacobs once again, so he's got all to do once more. But suddenly, Leon Lamprecht is with his colleague, Gabriel Rousseau, of course, his sister teammates. So I get the wrong idea here. And so this should be an interesting battle as well. I can't see Rousseau wanting to give that position too easily. Rousseau coming up to a bit of traffic, and it's in the form of, I think that's Lindsay Ray. Yes, Brent Lindsay Ray in the Arcor entry. Just run wide here. Oh, and it's caught out Lamprecht. The spin there again for Lamprecht. So that's not gone well. People now, Reinhard Kerber now up to 3rd position. Keeping very consistent is Kerber on the medium tyre. And let's see how that gap goes to Rousseau. It's 7.3 seconds behind Rousseau. Let's watch the Jadwat Heineke battle. It's Squadro Ghostworks versus Phantom Ghostworks. Can't imagine Heineke making it very difficult there for Jadwat. But so far he is. I'll keep getting corrected. The Ghostworks doesn't have team orders, of course, so I shouldn't speculate too much, I suppose. But yeah, that looks like a team order, guys. So there we go. So Jadwat up into 6th position. He now goes after Lamprecht. He's 3.3 seconds behind him. And Lamprecht now is trying to get past Steyn for 4th position. Lamprecht. Got a dirty air there, team for Lamprecht. Not able to take that corner like he usually does. But to correct the car mid-corner. Should we go? Has he got DRS? Yes, he does. As we look at the wing, he'll be catching up to Steyn all the time. Move not on just yet. Jadwat's caught up to the ridge. Just 1.7 seconds behind is Jadwat behind Lamprecht. Classes now has opened up the gap to 12.5 seconds ahead of Rousseau. Lamprecht's got Judd Watt bearing down, so this is all goes to works battle for 4th position. Different approaches to the corner there. Lamprecht makes a mistake, runs wide, loses time. Has he got DRS? Yes, he does. Oh, it's a curb, runs wide. Stone coming up to some traffic. I think that's Lindsay Ray in the R-Core car. Cab in the pits, interesting. Cab pits from 3rd position. And Lindsay Ray moves out the side, but too generous there. He uses the gravel trap as well. For good measure. Oh, gets on the power too early. Lamprecht now under pressure from Judd Watts. Let's see how this team dynamic gets on. Surely Judd Watt will have Lamprecht down the main stretch using DRS. Let's see how he gets on now. No, Lamprecht has got DRS on Stain. Just ahead of us. Judd would have had DRS now. No, he won't. He's in the slipstream from Lamprecht. These three very close together now. And I think Stain's actually made a mistake. Has he? No, Lamprecht made a mistake. Let's look back from Stain at Lamprecht and Judd Watt. Lamprecht makes another mistake through. Surely Judd Watt will get through now. No, he won't. Still can't make that work. Claessen's pits from the lead. Interesting. And soft tyres only going on to lap 24. So it looks like a 2-stopper here for Claessen's. Let's see what tyres he gets onto when he comes out the in his pit stop, of course. Let's see what he comes out from the pits with. We'll keep an eye on that. Rousseau, of course, goes to the lead. And all these 3 cars have DRS now. Parsons rejoins in 2nd position. Oh, I'm in a contact with a back marker. Oh, that's not really what we want to see. That's unlucky. Who was that? I think that was Skalpino involved, unfortunately. Chris Heineke having a go at Lamprecht for 5th position. Lamprecht's having nothing of it. Lamprecht survives in 5th position for another corner. Boy pits from 11th position. So let's see if we can see what tyre Claessen's has got onto. No, we can't see, unfortunately. I can't see what tyre is on in 2nd position. But we'll find out soon enough, I think. Oh, Pino having a spin in the background. big tank slapper there for in the background as well. I think that's for Heineke. And Lisha's going to catch up to Heineke now because of that. Faber not quite close enough to take advantage of it for the moment. Lisha, beg your pardon, not Faber. Keep on confusing the red cars. Oh, Bashir Jadwat's off the circuit. It looked like contact with Lamprecht. Those two cars are very close together before I turn to Jadwat. So Jadwat having a difficult race this evening. With Devon Lisha now. In 6th position, chasing down Heineke for 5th. Into turn 1 we go. Just means we Castro Edge on the way to Remus now. Jadwat in the pits from 7th. Someone's gone off there. Who's that? Lamprecht. What's happened to Lamprecht? Lamprecht stopped. Is he out of this race? Rian Lamprecht has called it a day, I think. Yes, he's in the pits. And he's decided to call it quits this evening. That's a pity. Jadwat out of the pits in 8th position, just ahead of Olifant. This is the Heineke Lisha battle. Claessens is chasing down Rousseau. He's got that gap down to 5 seconds. Of course, Rousseau will need to do a pit stop sometime. Lisha's got DRS on Heineke. Back from Heineke. Lisha, is Lisha going to go for it? No, you're upside of it for the moment. Through Remus we go. Both get around there nicely. And Lisha's got DRS. Once again, you can see that wing open. Here comes the shake and bake car. Should he want to go from even to turn 3? That would be very brave. No, you're upside of it. So he doesn't have opportunity to do it, in fact. Through this very fast collection of corners. 2 right-handers. So he's opened up the gap to Claessens now up to 5.8 seconds. We shall have DRS now again. Here comes the shake and bake car. Looking for another DRS run now again. Slipstream. And here comes Lisha. He's got the run on Heineke. And Devon Lisha will go to 4th position. So great run here for Devon. Claessens now has closed the gap to 5.2 seconds behind Rousseau. So that battle progressing nicely, swapping lap times. So Lisha enjoying a very impressive run here. On track for his best result at Sim South Africa after a long break, a couple of years in fact. So great to see him back here at Sim South, doing well. Let's have a look at the Boyson McKay battle, because these are teammates. And zooming extremely fast cars. Put that up for 4th position. Might be a bit more interesting as Heineke is trying to come back at Lisha. Claessens has got that gap to Rousseau down to 4.9 seconds. Oh, mistake there for Lisha. But Heineke's not quite there, although Heineke's got DRS. Comes Heineke, chooses the outside. Lisha goes defensive. Heineke's going to run the outside. Was the make slight contact, not too bad. It's a lovely wheel-to-wheel action between these two guys. And Heineke has got 4th position back. Lisha with a great run through that last corner. To Castrol edge now on the power nice and early. And Devon Lisha has got... who's behind him? There's Mark Hembry, but Mark Hembry is down in 17th, a lap down. But Hembry's trying to unlap himself. She's got the right to do, of course. Oh, but he's made a mistake. Oh. That's unfortunately for Hembry. Then Phantom Ghost works. Claessens is pulling that gap down to Rousseau all the time. Heineke putting a lap on who is that? Peter Geldenes. Of course, also gaining DRS from Geldenes. It is very handy. Got arrested again, Rousseau in the Squadron Ghost Works number 25. Yet to do a pit stop in this race. Claessens, who we see in the background, has already done a pit stop, but he's got that gap down again to Rousseau, 3.9 seconds. So pushing like crazy up on his best delta. But Claessens is quite a bit quicker at this stage. I think Claessens is playing the strategic game to a T. I'm not quite sure if Gabriel or Gabriel or Squadra can do anything about Claessens for the moment. Claessens already got that pit stop in hand, unless, of course, if Claessens has a 2-stop strategy and Rousseau is a 1-stopper, then game on. And I think that's exactly what Rousseau is trying to do here. So now coming up to some traffic in the form of Stephen Sparks in the Team Sparks entry. So settling down nicely now. And we've got here Crawford as well. Traffic for Rousseau. You can see that Gabe Claessens is right there, just 1.8 seconds behind Rousseau. And give it a lap or two, and I think Claessens will be in DRS range. See Sparks trying to put a lap, or sort of unlap himself to Crawford, although they've got race leader Rousseau trying to get past them as well. And Sparks moves aside for Rousseau. Nicely done, Stephen. Good stuff. Quake Claessens has got just 1.7 seconds behind race leader Rousseau. So it's definitely game on for victory here between Rousseau and Claessens. Claessens is having the race of his sim race SA career, and he started competitively last season, of course winning the 2018.1 SSM GT AM class championship as well. Definitely a talent to watch out for the future. Crawford in the Kids App RPM car. He is a lap down to Rousseau now, and he'll be able to watch out for Quake Claessens as well. Staying into the pits from third position. So Crawford moves aside for Claessens. Nicely done. Great to see Crawford racing again. Missed him last season. Back in all of RPM glory. Great looking car as well. As are all the cars. Absolutely ecstatic about how everyone's stepped up and decorated these cars. They look incredible. Lindsay Ray in the pits from 13th. Boyson passes him. Crawford now to the pits from 9th. So we're so in traffic again. It's one of the zooming extremely fast entries. The net gain there for Claessens in traffic is under a second, and I think he's going to have DRS shortly. Rousseau DRS now from one of the ZDF cars as he passed him. Heineken into the pits from 4th position. It looks like Ghostworks have generally gone for a one-stopper across all their cars. But it's starting up here for the lead of this race. Rousseau now under pressure from Claessens, or Rousseau's going to come into the pits. Interesting move. He decided he's not going to fight Claessens, he's going to come in now. And now we need to see how long Claessens stays out before he does his second pit stop. Let's go and see what tyres Claessens are on. Claessens on the soft tyre, so we can expect Claessens to stop again. No doubt that Rousseau will go back onto the mediums now. Lisha up into second now, since Rousseau did his pit stop. Rousseau will be cautious now on cold tyres. Gets the power down nicely, and will rejoin in clean air. That's exactly what he needed. And I think we can expect Claessen's in within the next 6 laps or so. Let's keep an eye on that gap to Rousseau. It's about, what, 28 seconds now. And he'll be wanting it to stay about 28 seconds when he comes and does his pit stop. In around 6 to 7 laps time. See, Helnes is moving aside for Claessen's. Nicely done. We've got a battle here between Crawford and Jacobs. Crawford slips past on the DRS power. And Crawford now up into top 10 position. Good stuff. All the kids at RPM team. Oh, there's a funny spin there for Crawford. Just coming off the brakes and the car snapped around. Oh, it's a bit of aggressive rejoin there. Anyway, Jacobs is back past, and Gerber's got Judd Watt for 6th position. Or has he? Judd Watt's trying to come back at him. Great fight. They both got DRS from Lisha ahead of him. Ahead of them. Gerber goes aggressive on Lisha. Judd Watt a bit cautious. Looking to go around the outside of Gerber. Hasn't worked. Gerber now once past Lisha. Of course, this is racing for position. There's no lapping going on here. And Lisha will not want to give up that 5th position too easily. Judd Watt very aggressive on the curbs. Great fight this is. Let's have a look back from Lisha at Gerber and Judd Watt. See, Jacobs has got Crawford for 10th, so that battle continues. Oh, much better run for Lisha through that last corner. Down the main street we go. Those two cars have DRS. I'll be closing on Lisha all the time. Beg your pardon, yes, Judd Watt passing Gerber, not Gerber passing Judd Watt. Oh, here's a move here from Gerber. And Lisha forces Lisha wide. It does not make the move stick. And here comes Judd Watt now. He's got on board with the shit. Judd Watt's got DRS. Oh, another move here from Gerber. Gerber very aggressive. That's what you need to do if you need to make the pass quick. He's under pressure from Judd Watt. Claessen's enjoying that gap to Rousseau. It's opening up, starting 29 seconds now as Claessen's. Judd Watt's got DRS, I think. Let's have a look at his wing. No, he hasn't. Towards Remus we go. Oh, Judd Watt up the inside of Gerber. Oh, beautiful move. Can he make it stick? Yes, he can. Gerber's trying to come back at him. I think Gerber's got a better drive out of the corner. Yes, he does. They're side by side into turn 3. Judd Watt with a lunge up the inside. Gerber going to try and come back now. Oh, a bit of a half spin there from Gerber. Gerber lost out there, so Judd Watt up into 6th position now. He will now go after Lisha. Oliphant into the pits from 9th. Boy goes up to 8th. Judd Watt's going to run on Lisha now. Lisha goes defensive. Judd Watt's going to go around him. Judd Watt's got 5th position. Oh, and a spin for Judd Watt. He's thrown all his good work away. And Disha's done the same, I think. So synchronized spinning there at Remus once again. Yeah, but not quite able to take advantage of that. He's trying to unsettle Judd Watt. Judd Watt's made a slight error. Look back from Judd Watt at Gerber. Gerber looking around the outside. Getting the switch back. Summer Claessens has lost 4 seconds to Rousseau. So Rousseau picking up the pace. All Claessens made an error. Jodward's now broken free of Cabot. He will now go after Chris Heineke, 4.5 seconds up the road. Oh, Stain has a spin, and that will allow teammate Judd Watt through, I think. Judd Watt is through to 4th position. Jadward is on medium tire, on the medium tire, and everybody else in front of him is except for Claessens, who is on softs, of course. Gerber now with the move on Stain. Brilliant, up to 5th position for Gerber. So perhaps Jadward pitching early there, taking the medium tyre. Perhaps he's going to try and go to the end. And that would put pressure on Claessens and Rousseau at the front. Yeah. The question is if those tyres of Jadward can go that distance. I think he pitted, what, a third of the way through the race. So that will be the question going from now to the end. If Jadward can get to the end on that set of tyres, if he can, then he'll have a shot at victory this evening. Claessens now extending that lead, that margin, up to 25 seconds now. Needs around 28, I think, for a pit stop. Gap ahead of second place man Rousseau. Judd Watt now up into 3rd position. That change happening. We've got showed over to Chris Heineke. And he's lost out to Judd Watt and Gerber. Heineke's falling back again. Oh, he's battling to get up to speed here, is Chris Heineke. Heineke rejoins in 6th position. Oh, Jadwat's had another spin. He's fallen down to 6th position behind Heineke. I think this time it was Castro Edge, the first corner of this circuit, catching out Jadwat. And of course wouldn't have done his medium tyres too good as well. We come to, no, I think that's Gustav Jacobs. Heineke is in front of Jadwat, but I think Jadwat will slip by now. Jadwat now up into 5th position. Marcus Steyn now working his way towards Reinhard Gerber. This is the battle for 3rd position. Marcus Steyn will have DRS. Okay, now just 6/10 of a second. Now Klaassen's pits, lap 48. So my guesstimate was about there. That'll be one to watch out for. Let's see, Klaassen's comes in. Where's Rousseau? Oh, this is going to be close. Klaas needs to leave the pits box now. Yes, he does. Where is Rousseau? Here he comes down the main straight. It's going to be tight. Rousseau enters turn 1, but Klaassen's already out of the pit lane. And off he goes. So Klaassen's with a master stroke there. And he rejoins on the soft tyre to go to the end. And now it's all up to Rousseau to make their medium tyre work and catch up to Klaassen's. A tall order though. Fortunately he's on the wrong tyre for that. But if anyone can do it, Gabriel Rousseau can do it. The 2017.1 and .2 South African simGP champion. Staying now with a good run on Gerber. Surely he's going to get it done. Gerber goes nice and defensive. Trying to get this slingshot on Gerber. It hasn't worked out. Gerber gets better drive, but he is away. Opens up the gap to 7/10 of a second. Slight luck up there from Gerber. Feeling the pressure now from Steyn. This is the battle for the final podium position, finish, of course. Embry's got Lindsay Ray for 14th position. Oh! Oh! Wow, so big difference in corner entry speed there. Caught out Steyn. He had to take avoiding action. Actually did very well not to run into the back of Gerber. So Stein, he has the pace to catch up to Herbe again. So Rousseau just 1.9 seconds behind Claessens with 21 laps remaining. I think unfortunately Jadwat's had another half sprint. That's allowed Heineke to catch up to him. He challenged him for 5th position. And Rousseau is catching up to Claessens. The gap now just 1.5 seconds. And Rousseau is going to be in DRS range very shortly. So it's not quite over yet. Gap now 1.4 seconds and dropping. Herbe into the pits from 4th position. They're not diving into the pits for a new set of soft tyres. Oh, mistake here from Rousseau. Oh no. No, he's thrown his challenges away. With 20 laps remaining, the gap's up to over 5 seconds. So perhaps those medium tyres starting to give up already. And unfortunately, I think that's our battle for the win of this race over already. But let's see if Rousseau can come back at Claessens. Of course, if Claessens makes a mistake like that, they'll be right together again. An uncharacteristic area there from Rousseau has allowed Claessens to get away for the moment. Definitely Rousseau did have a pace advantage on Claessens by quite a margin up until then. So Rousseau's still got a bit of time here to get that gap down again. And of course with a bit of DRS assistance it makes passing so much easier. Oh, we got someone off there. Who's that? Lindsay Ray, I think it is. Lindsay Ray in the gravel trap there. He's looking to rejoin safely if he can. He does very well to do so. Nice and patient. Oh, another spin there. He's got some dirt on his tyres, I think. So, another spin there for Lindsay Ray. But back with our race leader. But then we're going to have a look at the Jadwat Heineke situation. And from what we've seen in this race before, I don't think Heineke is going to challenge Jadwat. Jadwat now approaches one of the ZDF cars. Look at the Sparks Pinot battle for 17th position. Let's go forward with Steven Sparks for Team Sparks, of course. Renner Pinot now. Oh, aggressive on the inside, upside of it. Nice and easy on the power. Boyson in the pits from 13th. Boyson's rejoining. With the K, I think it is. Oh, Sparks had to get out of the power. Oh, he's braked himself. Does very well to avoid Pinot. Wow. Oh, Pinot spun. So as a Ghostworks car, who's that? Is Mark Embry. Okay, so Steven Sparks up into 13th, 17th, I beg your pardon. Rousseau's closed that gap to Claessens to under 4 seconds already, 1.5 seconds in 2 laps. So the game's on for the win of this race still. Still to play for. Zilly, of course, moving aside there for a sec. And the gap's come down even more. 3.2 seconds now to the front. .7 seconds now. Traffic there for Claessens. Perhaps that explains the pace difference all of a sudden. So can now see Claessens, and it's amazing what that does for the chasing driver's psyche to see your opponent in front of you, and willing yourself to catch up. Mark Embry splits them, a lap down of course. Claessens has now got sparks for traffic, and the gap is just 2 seconds now back to Rousseau. Claessens has passed Sparks now. So Claessens has got 2 cars between himself and second baseman Gabriel Rousseau. 1 car in fact, no 2 cars, no 1 car, it's Rousseau. Passes Hembury. Claessens puts a lap on Victor de Kock. De Kock down there 12th position. And Sparks now moves aside for Rousseau. So the back marker is doing a fantastic job. So now under second behind Claessens, so he's in DRS range for the moment. Sparks put a move on McKay for 16th position. It's Rousseau chasing down Claessens now at quite a rate. Got 13 laps remaining. And Rousseau's got DRS. Look at the Herb-Alicia battle. This is for 6th position. So Alicia makes a bit of a mistake there. And allows Herb to open up the gap. Let's go back to the battle for the win this evening. Again, Rousseau with DRS. Rousseau 0.3 of a second quicker than Claessens that lap. So 11 laps remaining as Rousseau opens up the wing again. Take it for Rousseau. Allows Claessens to get away for the moment. Judd Watson to the pits from 3rd position. Not quite able to get those medium tyres to last to the end, unfortunately. Opens up the wing again. Ball with the Rousseau now looking at Claessens. Claessens were feeling the pressure now. Got a multiple champion behind him. Claessens is much quicker through that section of corners. Opens up the gap to half a second to Rousseau. Change around there for Ghostworks. Judd Watt past the stone for 4th position. And of course, it's one thing to catch up to another car, it's another thing to actually pass it. But I think Claessens will be looking to use all of his defensive driving skills that he can to keep Rousseau behind him during the last 9 laps of this race, and what a race it has been for the season opener, this championship opener at least. Oh, Rousseau's going to run on Claessens. Here we go, on board with Rousseau. He's already passed it. Got a new row, and Claessens nearly runs into the back of Rousseau, of course. Claessens one of DRS here again. Claessens just to keep it cool. Picks open that DRS. Here comes Craig Claessens into turn 1. And it's not quite close enough. Rousseau will now be feeling the pressure. So Rousseau's gone back to the front. All that Nick Claess needs to do is stay within DRS range of Rousseau. Though the back mark in front won't be doing Claessens any favours. It will give DRS to Rousseau. I think that's Jacobs. I think Lindsay Ray, they're just rejoining the circuit after yet another spin. Claessens just needs to keep cool here. It's a better run than Rousseau through there. Claessens with another DRS will be closing the gap to Rousseau. That's 7 laps remaining now. Start to lock up there for Claessens, trying very hard. There's a lot of wheel spin. Oh, he's made a slight mistake. Oh, that's costly. Perhaps overheating those soft tyres now. It's in the dirty air from Rousseau as well, of course. So we can come back at Rousseau now. It's a bit better through this section normally. And Rousseau opens up the gap even through there. So perhaps the soft tyres of Claessens now are shot. And approaching that cliff. The tyres just fall off and can't come back. But Claessens is going to try. Not able to use a DRS now. And Rousseau will now have his head down, focusing, trying to extend that gap as much as he can. Lisha's got Gerber for 6th position. Gerber's trying to come back at him. It's Shake and Bake versus Gerber Racing. Gerber will open up the rear wing. Gerber goes defensive. Lisha on the outside, looking to get the slingshot is Lisha. No, Gerber blocks him. Great racecraft there from Gerber. And allowing Lisha to get underneath him. So he's now leading by almost 2 seconds. She's coming back a cabin now. It's gone for the Demolition. Oh no, Lisha too quick into that corner. And around he goes. And I don't think he's going to lose to Oliphant as well. He's 40 seconds behind him. That certainly puts an end to that fight with Cab for 6th position. And Rousseau now enjoying a 3.2 second lead ahead of Claessens. Jadwat's recovered to 4th position after that last pit stop. And we just got 3 laps remaining now to conclude this fantastic race. Wow, the DRS rules really making an impact on the racing, a positive impact, I think. Okay, there's the Oliphant. Haven't seen too much of him this evening. So it puts lap on one of the ZDF cars. Of course, the top 7 from this round go through to the Division 1 South African simGP race, the opening round of our flagship championship this season. And that race will be next Monday evening. Of course, we have the last chance qualifier on Thursday evening. We will take the top 6 as a hot lap competition, 90 minutes long. Do as many fastest laps, flying laps as possible. And we'll take the top 10 from the first round of the GT4 race, Division 1 race we had last week. And we'll make up the field. Field of 23, of course. Jadwat has got Heineke for 3rd position. So I think that move coming sort of with the Drivers' Championship, the impact that switch round could have later on. Of course, Jadwat narrowly missing out on the simGP Drivers' Championship last season to Leslie Oliphant. And it's great to host a proper Grand Prix style race that's in South Africa, 90-minute single-seater race. It's the first time we've done that. And it's great to see the single-seater discipline going from strength to strength. That SimRace SA sort of lagged behind the GT racing, but certainly is now gaining momentum with our second division race for this round on Wednesday evening. And if you're watching this, you want to join that championship, you're very welcome to do so. We do have spots available and grid slots available. You can visit our website at simracesa.co.za, click on the Esports Leagues tab, and you'll find a sign-up form there, and that will come through to me in an email, and I'll respond to you as soon as I can. But it is Gabriel Rousseau started the final lap of this race. What a drive it's been by him. A bit of contact early on, but he's fought his way back and made this one-stop strategy work on the medium tyre. Great to see Gabriel Rousseau. As we see, Bashir Jadwat doing the fastest lap of the race, at 14 dead. But as I say, Gabriel Rousseau makes a return to SimRace South Africa with yet another victory. And huge congratulations to him and the Squadra Ghostworks outfit. Victory for Gabriel Rousseau at the Red Bull Ring. Craig Claessens will get a stunning second position. What a drive by him. Made a lot of people sit up and take notice of him. And Bashir Jadwat will complete the podium. Can you believe it? From falling back down, I think he was in 14th at one stage. Bashir Jadwat will make it a Squadra Ghostworks victory and third position finish. So double podium for Squadra Ghostworks. And they will now lead the team's championship. The early phase of the championship. Mark Steyn will come through to take 4th position. And Cab in 5th position is under pressure from Heineke. But I don't think, I know if Heineke can do anything about Cab through the final section now. They're very close together. Heineke runs wide. He's going to get the, can he get the DRS? No, they'll cross the line before DRS. Yeah, so Gerber just gets Heineke by a 10th of a second. Wow, then Gerber 5th, Heineke 6th, Lisha gets 7th. What a drive by this man as well. Him, Gerber, Lisha, Gerber, and Claessens are the big surprise this evening for me. A great drive by them. And all your fun's really in the pit lane. See Claessens doing donuts there in celebration of a fine drive. Nothing wrong with that. That concludes the opening round of the 2018.2 South African simGP series. What an exciting race. I'm so excited for the rest of the season. Incredible round in the GT4 championship and same in simGP. And of course we have the big, our flagship championship racing next week. The South African simGT series, Division 1 on Monday evening and Division 2 on Wednesday evening. But of course this Wednesday evening we've got Division 2 for this round, the simGP series, and we look forward to that. Well, for me, Jason Holden Jones, thank you very much for watching. And until Wednesday evening, all the best until then. Goodbye.